Good afternoon, everyone. We are live. This is the 1 p.m. 6 to 7 webinar. Welcome. So we are here from Milan, from the Meravigli School in Milan. My name is Emily, and I am from the UK originally, from the middle of England. And today I'm here with my colleague.
My name is Anika, and I'm originally from Bangladesh. And I've been living in Italy for almost 6 years now.
Great, yeah. And please, if you are watching, please write in the comments your name and where you are from, and even what you are doing today, if you like. So we are almost at the weekend now. Are you excited about the weekend? Does it feel just like another day? So I know time is difficult to measure in this period. Yeah. Do you find that, Anika? Are you keeping
Yeah,
busy in this period?
I'm trying my best. Yeah, time is time is kind of dragging a little bit, so I
Mm-hmm.
am trying to keep busy with reading a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and watching movies whenever I can. But obviously, work makes it easier, so you get busy with something. So yeah, and of course we can also take advantage of this situation because you can pick up on things that you didn't have the time to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in some ways it can be you can take advantage of it. And Emily,
Yeah.
what about you? What have you been doing these days?
Yeah, very similar to you. I am determined to not let boredom get to me too much. So again,
Hmm.
I'm reading and a little writing, watching a lot of films. But
Hmm.
somehow I am not too bored yet. I am,
Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
I'm okay for now.
Hmm. One thing I'm really
Um,
enjoying is getting back in touch with family and some friends
hmm,
that I haven't been in touch with.
yeah, that was really nice over the phone.
Yeah, over the phone, obviously.
Hmm. Yeah, I think phone calls are really nice ways to stay in contact with people
Hmm.
at the moment.
Yes.
I have a lot of phone calls with people. It's nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this is just a way to start talking about emotions and talking about how you are feeling. So that's our topic for today. Perfect. So we have Elisa. Welcome from Mestre
Hi,
near
Eliza.
Venice. Okay, that's it's nice to see you, Elisa.
Hmm.
And what are you doing today? Are you working today? Are you doing something else?
Yeah. Tell us.
Mhm. So in this focus activity, maybe Anika, would you like to talk
Hmm.
about this?
Sure. So this is the plan for today. In this focus activity, we are going to be talking about how you feel, using more interesting adjectives, and creating a role play. How are you?
Hmm.
Oh, here we go. We have a lot of comments here. So
Great.
Elisa also says, "Today I'm working from home." That's
Mm-hmm.
great. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
definitely keeping busy really helps.
I
And
agree.
Vincenti says, I'm TTT. I'm from province of Bari in the south of Italy. That's fantastic. I heard Bari is
Okay.
very beautiful.
Mm.
And he's also working from home.
Okay,
Great.
great. I think many people in this time are okay. So, what do you usually say when people ask you, how are you? Because there are one or two words that come up most of the time when we ask this question. But today we want to encourage you to use different words, to be more imaginative in your answers.
Hmm.
So, Anika, what are the most common answers to this question? How are
So
you?
the most So the most common answer that I hear people say is fine,
Mm-hmm.
fine or good, pretty good. And if it's the opposite, maybe people normally say, I've been better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I've
normally
been better. That's
people
nice.
say fine or good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as
If you're
Elisa
not
says,
good,
fine, thanks. Yes, which is very automatic. Maybe you don't think about the answer very much.
yeah,
Welcome,
yeah,
Mariana. Oh, Mariana is baking a cake at the moment. So that's amazing.
yeah.
I'm very jealous. It's, I always like cake. Yeah, I agree with the answers you gave, Anika. I think also tired is a very common
Mm,
answer. I'm tired or I'm
mm,
stressed. I think fine or tired or stressed are my
mm.
top three answers. Um,
Yeah.
so, and those are okay answers, of course, but we want to
Mm,
kind of go beyond them today to have some other answers.
sure.
So, in the comments, what other words are there to describe how you feel? Just in general, what are some words to describe your feelings, your emotions? Please write in the comments for us.
Okay. Yeah, another common expression I hear a lot is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Alicia says good. Yeah, that's one
Mm-hmm.
of the common answers.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Yeah, if you are really, really good. Not bad, as you said, Anika. Yeah, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Marina says great. That's another answer.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Well, absolutely. You can use the adverb well as well. Yep.
Mm, yeah.
So maybe let's go back a step and think, what are some emotions? What are some emotions that you can feel? Because these, so far, we've had words that are positive or negative. We want to maybe
Mm-hmm.
be more interesting, talk about some
Yeah.
emotions.
Right.
So maybe we could give an example.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can say, I'm happy. I feel happy today.
Hmm. Yeah. Or I was thinking of an example. If you are going on a trip the next day,
Mm-hmm.
how would you be feeling? So if you have something
Ah,
great coming up the next, oh, Elisa
I think
says,
this.
I'm excited. That's the
Mhm.
word I was thinking of.
Yeah,
So if you have
great
something
word.
great coming up, you're excited.
Mm-hmm. What about the opposite of happy? What is the opposite of happy?
That's a good question. So there can be so many different ways of saying not happy.
Mm-hmm. That is true, yes. Okay, so we have some negatives. We have unhappy, that's great, or sad, angry,
Mm-hmm.
scared, a good one. Yeah, that's great. Sad was the word I was thinking of, but all of these are great words as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. How do you feel today, Anika?
Well, today I feel great actually,
Mm-hmm.
because I've just spoken to my dad earlier, and when I heard from my family, I just felt really. I was feeling really homesick yesterday. So for
Mm-hmm.
those of you who don't know, homesick is when you are missing your family, missing home. So after having talked to my dad and my other family members, I feel great. So I
Okay,
think I
that's
would
great.
say to describe an emotion, I would probably say I feel happy because it's
Mm-hmm.
quite general. I know it's quite general, but uh, I'm not overjoyed, but happy.
Okay,
What
that's
about
nice.
you, Emily? How do you feel today?
Um, I feel optimistic mostly today. I
Hmm.
feel okay. Um, yeah, I'm not sure I feel completely happy. I don't always think about happiness, but yeah, I think good. We have some interesting comments here from Titi. We have in tears as another negative. So yeah, if you are in tears, you are crying. It's very obvious on your face that you are sad. That's great. And homesick, yeah, homesick can be about nostalgia. So nostalgia is about the past. For example, your childhood. If you're nostalgic, maybe you want to return to a previous time in your life. Homesick is more about geography. So maybe you are far away from your home, and part of you is sad because you want to be there. You want to be in your original home. But you are right, the two can go together. You're right.
Yeah. So you can say you're feeling nostalgic, could be an adjective to describe your feelings.
Yeah, which is a great word, absolutely. So we have some more words here. So we would like to put these into categories. So the categories we have are sad, tired, happy, angry, and nervous. So nervous is like a little bit scared, not very strong, just a little bit. So maybe I will read the adjectives for pronunciation. So please tell us which categories you think these answers go into. Okay. So we have upset, mad, low, on edge, exhausted, down in the dumps, frustrated, thrilled, annoyed, on top of the world, and have butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you guys know the answers, you can start commenting. So please put these adjectives. So you can write the adjective and then write the category. For example, upset, and then, I don't know, sad, angry, tired, whatever you think.
Yeah, and if you don't know the first one, that's okay. You can do a later one if you prefer.
Well, while we're waiting, maybe we can talk about some examples of these adjectives, like when we felt that way. So if I have to talk about upset, maybe I would say the last time I was upset was when I had a fight with my sister.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What was the fight about?
You know, the funny thing is I can't remember what the fight was about.
Fights are funny like that, aren't they? Or arguments or any disagreement. You can often forget after.
Yeah. So we have a comment here from Mariana. Well done. Upset is in the sad category. It's definitely negative. So I had a fight with my sister, so it's a pretty negative feeling.
Great. So is upset, before we move on, is upset strong or weak, do you think, Anika? How sad is it?
I think it's pretty strong. It's stronger than sad.
Yeah, I think often if you are upset, you are in tears, as someone said earlier. Maybe it's very visible to other people. That's great. Okay. So I think we do have mad now, Mariana again. We have mad, angry. That's right.
Yeah.
So this is, in my experience, a more American way to use the word. In American culture, they say mad to mean angry. It can also mean crazy. If you do crazy things, maybe you are mad. But it's more common to hear the American way, angry.
Well, one thing I think is important to mention is the adjective after
Mm-hmm.
mad, like to be mad at someone.
Mm.
Mm, I would say I am mad at my sister. Well, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not anymore. Just as an example, you can be mad at somebody.
Mm-hmm. That was great.
Hmm.
That's a really good point.
Hmm.
That
So we
also
have the
reminds me, you can be mad about something. If you are mad about something, it means you
mhm.
love something. It's a really strange opposite meaning there. So I think there is a song called "Mad About the Boy," which means that you are really interested in the boy. Yeah. I think for some reason I associate it with the Bridget Jones films. I think maybe
Oh,
that's the third. So I don't know why. I think there is maybe a connection there. Um, yeah, so you can be mad about reading. You can be mad about cinema. You can be mad about something.
hmm. Yeah. Just like I'm mad about pizza.
Absolutely, yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So somebody here says low
I
pairs
think
with
Mariana
tired.
again. Yeah, we do have a low answer.
Hmm. Well, would you say low is tired, Emily?
I think you can be low when you are tired, but they are slightly different ideas.
Hmm. Another word for low could be down, to feel
Hmm.
I'm down, feeling down today.
Yeah, so it's more
So,
about sad.
yes. Yeah. So when I was really homesick, I was feeling low, for example.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. So maybe I think these ones, low or down, these
mhm,
are maybe less intense, less strong than upset,
mhm,
but it's just maybe you are quietly sad. Is that
mhm.
true for you also, Anika?
Yeah, it is really true. I wasn't upset, or you wouldn't be able to recognize me feeling sad.
Hmm.
I was just feeling sad inside.
Yeah.
So quietly sad. Okay. So if you guys want to share about your own experience of when the last time was that you felt these feelings, please share it with us.
Hmm.
So when was the last time you were feeling mad, or was the last time you were feeling upset, and
Yeah.
so on?
And I think we will keep coming back to this idea of experiences as we go
Mm,
through the adjectives as well. So please
right.
keep the
Mm,
ideas about the adjectives coming as well, because we like to
mm.
have your ideas about this. Okay. Do you want to take the next one, Anika?
Sure. So the next one is on edge. Okay. So while we're waiting for you guys to guess what it means or which category it's under, it's when, for example, before an interview, I could be on edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A little bit afraid, a little bit anxious, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
So on edge.
Yeah. And an edge, just the idea of an edge is kind of the end of an object. It's when
Hmm.
something finishes. So it's like
Yeah. Like
you are almost falling. You are almost leaving something that you recognize.
yeah. Okay, so on edge, it refers to being nervous. Okay, so it's in the nervous category. So
Hmm.
this may not be something that students are often familiar with. So, oh, great job, Mariana.
Hmm.
Nervous, yeah.
Perfect. And that's it.
Then we
Yeah.
have exhausted, right? So exhausted is,
Mm.
um, let me think of the last time I was exhausted was when you have worked for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a whole day of working in the office, so you might feel exhausted. So this would
Yeah.
be in the tired category.
Mm-hmm. It's a
So
very
it's a little
strong
bit
word,
more,
this one.
yeah, it's a stronger word than tired. So it's not just a little bit tired, but very, very tired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That's. I think this is a really useful one for when people ask you how you are and you want to say tired. This is a good one to use instead. Exhausted.
Hmm.
Okay, so the next one is very similar to one that we have already talked about. So we have down in the dumps. Yeah, so maybe think about another direction that we talked about. A very
Hmm.
similar word to down. We have a good comment here from TT. So weary, so almost just the spelling. You have
Hmm.
weary, that means tired also, yes. So just like this, weary.
Very
Um,
good.
Weary can also be emotionally tired. Even if you are physically okay, then you think I slept a long time, but I'm
Hmm.
still weary. My head is still tired. I need to stop thinking some more.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's a really good word. Thank you. So, as I said, down in the dumps is just the same as down. Maybe this in the
Hmm.
dumps just makes it more informal, more dramatic, but it's exactly the same. So we did mention this. So down is sad. And again, this is quite quietly sad. Maybe you are not crying. It's not physical, but it just there is something in you that feels sad.
Yeah. Usually with really high intensity, wouldn't you say?
Probably, yes, yes.
Like very, very sad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Okay. So I can take the next one.
mm-hmm.
Sorry, frustrated.
Mm.
Okay, so frustrated is when you are not pleased with something. You're very disappointed. So you're not happy with it. So, for example, if you are, so I'm sure a lot of you are using technology a lot these days and maybe facing some problems with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, how would you feel? So, you would feel frustrated in that case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a nice point. So I think
Hmm.
frustrated is a bit of two categories. I think it's mostly one, but a
Hmm.
bit of two. Um,
Yeah.
Mariana says nervous, frustrated is nervous, which I don't completely disagree with. I think there is another category that is better, but
Mm-hmm.
there is something a bit nervous about being frustrated.
Hmm.
So I think you are right that there is something where it's more completely true.
Hmm.
So maybe we'll give the answer now. So frustrated is in the angry category.
Hmm.
It's not very strong. As Anika said, maybe it's more with a situation or technology, and
Mm-hmm.
you are angry because there is not much you can do about something, and
Yeah,
maybe
it's
that
something
can be linked to nerves.
between angry and nervous.
Yeah, I think so. And even tired. There's an element of being tired of a situation as
Hmm.
well. Maybe if you try to do something for a long time, you're probably tired as well.
Hmm.
It's a very
Yeah,
interesting
something with,
feeling, I think.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So thrilled is the
So-
next one. Thrilled.
Mhm. Okay, I can talk about the next one. So
Mhm.
thrilled is a positive feeling, and it's again, you can talk about something that you're really looking forward to, you're really happy about. For example, if you're going on a trip somewhere the next day, you might be feeling thrilled.
Although
Or
I think it's more when something happens to you, maybe less about anticipation in my experience. But again, maybe this is a difference in how our countries use it, which is interesting.
Mm.
Very often, in my experience, if you get a new job, for example, you're probably thrilled.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, what is the most positive category in this list?
So the most positive is happy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes. So we said thrilled is very positive, so it's in the happy category. And
Yeah.
it's quite strong, as we both said.
Hmm.
Okay, so I will maybe take the next one. So annoyed. This is another interesting one. So annoyed, for example, if you have any brothers or sisters, for example, and they do something that you don't like for a long period of time, you probably feel annoyed.
Yeah,
So this
that's a
this is
great example.
quite minor, but consistent, probably, I think, with annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, this is one that again can go across a couple of categories, but goes the best in one.
Yeah. Another example of being annoyed would be waiting in line.
Yes,
Be annoying.
yes.
If
I
you
think
have to.
anything about administration
Yes.
it's very easy to be annoyed in that
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah. This is very often mistaken to be a false friend for
Hmm.
Italian speakers. So if you have any viewers from France or Spain, it might be different, but it's often confused with the word bored, but
Hmm.
it's quite different.
Yeah. And what does bored mean, Anika?
So bored is a feeling when you have nothing to do or when you're just not interested in something, you're bored.
Hmm.
Like a movie that doesn't interest you is a boring movie.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas annoyed, maybe I'll answer. So annoyed is in the angry category. So annoyed you are. It's very similar to frustrated in a lot of ways, but maybe it's more often at a person, again, or it's a situation. Something makes you a bit angry because it's taking away your power. Something, maybe there is a noise that you don't like for a period of time. A lot of people are annoyed by an insect in their room, for example. It's that kind of very minor, everyday situation that makes you annoyed.
Yeah.
This might be a good moment to talk about endings of adjectives, because I know you said before, Anika, bored and boring. So it's very useful to emphasize the differences between the two words. And this is true for exhausted, annoyed, frustrated. This is true for a lot of adjectives. So if we take exhausted, because this is quite an easy one to understand. So exhausted, I said, I am exhausted, I am tired, this is how I feel. What about exhausting? What does exhausting mean?
So, exhausting refers to a thing that makes us feel exhausted. So, it's an adjective for describing a situation or a thing that is exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a
Yeah.
word ending with ed, it's a feeling that a person is feeling at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's very true for the others as well. Maybe a situation is frustrating, but I feel frustrated. Or I am in a I'm reading a thrilling book. I'm really enjoying the book, but I feel thrilled. Okay, so this is always true for these words. Okay.
Hmm.
Please let us know if you have any questions about that. Oh,
Yeah.
and also with upset, you can also say upsetting as well if you want to talk about the situation. So that film is upsetting. It made me cry. Okay.
Yeah.
We have the next one. I think Mariana and I think Titi earlier said the same. So we have on top of the world is indeed happy. Imagine how you feel on top of a mountain. It's like you are the most important person in the world. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the last one,
Okay.
Anika?
So I'm going to take the last one. So to have butterflies in your stomach. So this could be a situation when it's a negative situation. Um, okay. If I come to think of it, it could be both negative and positive. So I
Mm-hmm.
think over here they will talk about the negative part. So, for example, before doing something scary, you might have butterflies in your stomach in the negative
Mm-hmm.
sense. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not feeling great. You're feeling a little bit scared. So, yeah, so it's nervous. You're feeling nervous. But then also, you can use this expression for when you're excited about something. Um, I would say, um, or when you have some strong emotions, you have butterflies in
Mm-hmm.
your stomach. In some
Yeah.
cases, it could be positive.
Yeah. I would say it's always about anticipation
Hmm.
and often about negative, as you talked about, and also maybe positive if it's about a person. Sometimes, if you are attracted to a person, I think people use it that way. If you have butterflies in your stomach, if you see someone, and if you, yeah, it's just general anticipation. Sometimes when you anticipate things, you are nervous and excited. And I think
Yeah.
this phrase really captures that
Hmm.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are all of our adjectives for today, all of our phrases. Please tell us if you have any questions or if there are any other words that you can think of for these categories. I think we talked about weary as another for tired, but you can always use any others. Okay.
Hmm.
And so now we just have some practice using the adjectives. We may not do all of them, but one or two perhaps.
Yeah.
So after 12 hours work, I feel absolutely what? Absolutely again, making something really, really strong.
Hmm.
I want to be very dramatic in this sentence.
Yeah. 12 hours is a long time to work.
Oh, it's too long.
Yeah. Okay.
So please let us know what you think in the comments.
Mm. Have you ever worked for 12 hours, Emily?
Maybe when I was at university and I had to write something with a very short amount of time, but not at a job. I think it's too long. And Mariana has an answer. Otiti has another answer. So yeah, exhausted or tired. So tired we don't really use with absolutely. So absolutely is with exhausted. So I don't know why that is actually. We just don't really use the intensifier with tired, in my experience. Yeah, absolutely exhausted. Great. Here is one more.
I was very blank when my dog died. Oh, that's a terrible moment. So you wouldn't be feeling happy. Yeah. So if you know the answer, let us know.
Yeah, we have one already. Well done. So, I was very upset when my dog died. Yes, great.
Yeah.
Okay, we have two more. Let's look at number 3. So I get so something when I'm stuck in traffic. So when my car cannot move.
Yeah, that's terrible. You're stuck and you don't know what to do.
Yes, I think being stuck in general is it brings a lot of the same emotions as being in traffic. So stuck just means I cannot move.
That's a nice word. Very useful.
Are you a patient person, Anika? When you are stuck somewhere, how do you feel?
Unfortunately, I'm not. People think I am patient, but I really am not.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. What about you? Are you patient, Emily?
In some situations, probably not when I'm stuck in traffic.
Okay, we have an
yeah,
answer here.
we do. Okay, I get so on edge when I'm stuck in traffic. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, I think you can also use ones from the angry category also. Yeah, Mariana says frustrated. Yeah, I think both of those could work. Okay, because some people get more anxious and some people get more angry. Maybe it depends on your personality.
Yeah.
Great. And finally we have, do you want to read the last one?
Yeah, so we have when I got my scholarship, I was blank. So very, very positive feeling.
Yeah. So scholarship, maybe we should explain.
So scholarship is when you get the funding for your studies, when you don't have to pay for your studies on your own, but maybe the university or school pays for it or the government pays for it. That's a scholarship. So it feels really, really great. So we have some answers here. Mariana and Titi says thrilled. Yeah. You're really, really happy. Great.
Just remember the spelling, both of you. There is an H, thrilled.
Yeah. So yeah, you're thrilled. You could also say on top of the world when
Mm-hmm.
you're really thrilled. Could be quite synonymous
Mm-hmm.
when you say on
Absolutely.
top of the world.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well done, everyone. So I think we might move on now, but we could come. Yeah, maybe we could do this activity. We'll ask you
Yeah.
to make your own sentences using the adjectives. So
Yeah.
you can either invent a situation or you can use a real situation from your life.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us how we can use these adjectives. Okay. So the example here is I had butterflies in my stomach before my job interview. So a very common situation there. But
Hmm.
tell us, what do you think some examples are?
Maybe we can start with some other examples in the meantime. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I have to think about on top of the world, um, I was on top of the world when I graduated from university.
Mm. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. What about you, Emily? When were you on top of the world?
Yes. Also when I graduated, although I was also a little on edge about the future at that time.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I know sometimes you think, what do I anticipate now? What is there now?
Mhm.
But yes, a lot of things about university for me.
It's a very mixed feeling, isn't it? I
Yeah.
remember feeling a little bit sad as well for having to separate from my classmates.
Yeah.
We were all going our separate ways.
hmm Yeah. It was a big change, you know.
Hmm.
And when did you have butterflies in your stomach, Anika?
Well, I had butterflies in my stomach when I would have to say it before a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm, but then when I prepared myself a little bit, I practiced in front of a mirror. I
Yes.
got over it a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
the last time I had it was before a job interview.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Emily, when did you have butterflies in your
Yeah.
stomach?
Probably the last time before was before a job interview, but also before any kind of performance, I think. If you ever perform on stage, if if you are in a drama in the theatre or
Hmm.
play music, that kind of thing, often that has you
Hmm.
often have butterflies in your stomach then. Okay, Mariana, we have an answer. Thank you, Mariana. Okay. Butterflies in my stomach before my first audit. Yes, okay. I can imagine that would be a scary experience. And after
Hmm.
8 hours, wow, 8 hours, I feel exhausted. So is that in the present, Mariana? If that may be in the past, so maybe I felt exhausted. If you're still talking about your first audit, you could say I felt exhausted. Okay. But maybe in general, after 8 hours of doing
Also
something,
possible. Hmm.
which I agree with also. That's great. So
Yeah.
maybe we can also now talk about how you are feeling today and why. So there are one or two new phrases here,
Hmm.
but most of them are the same. So how are you feeling today, or in general during this lockdown period? How are you feeling about it? So they're the same except for over the moon. and shattered. So, do you want to talk about the first one, Anika, over the moon?
Yeah. So when you're over the moon, you're very, very happy. You're overjoyed. So you
Mm-hmm.
would be over the moon after you've heard a really good news.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I was over the moon to hear that I passed my exam.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
absolutely.
really happy
Mm-hmm.
about it. And then something else that's new is shattered. So
Yeah,
literally shattered. So do you want to take this one, Emily?
sure. Because I always think that this is British. I don't know if you use it as well, Anika. Do you
I
use it?
rarely use this word.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. See, I use it slightly more often because it's quite informal British words, and I am British. So shattered is another word for tired.
mhm.
Very, very tired. Say I'm shattered after today. Um, yeah. So
Mm,
there are lots of informal words like this that we can use to mean tired.
yeah. There was a nice movie called Shattered Glass.
Oh
Not
yes.
sure if you've seen it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we often use shattered for
Okay.
glass if glass breaks.
Hmm.
How are you feeling about the lockdown, Anika? About the quarantine?
Well, yeah, today I feel much better, but in general, I've been feeling quite a little bit down in the dumps sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah, trying to stay positive.
I think that's
um,
important. Yes.
yeah, but different days are different. Some days can be frustrating because there are like long queues in front of the supermarket,
Mm-hmm.
and, and things are just difficult in general.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are days when you feel quite good because people are singing out of their balconies and
Yeah,
waving at you sometimes. So that makes things a little cheery and happy.
that's nice. Yeah,
Oh,
there is
here we
more
go. So we have
community.
some comments.
Okay, brilliant.
So Tuti says, in the lockdown and quarantine time, I am usually on edge. Yeah, so to
Mm-hmm.
be on edge is the infinitive. I'm usually on edge and down in the dumps, but I continue to hold on. I would say to
Mm-hmm.
hold on and try to be happy. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
quite the same way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What
great.
about you, Emily? How are you feeling these days?
Yeah, so I just want to make one more point about this answer. So I think you changed the answer to feeling. I'm usually feeling. So we just use the present simple there. So we just say I usually feel, or like Anika said, I'm usually on edge. So you can use feel, but it needs to be just present simple, okay? Because it's habit. It's not just about this moment. Okay.
Hmm.
That's a great answer. I would introduce another phrase for how I'm feeling. It's like you, I am generally positive. I also feel a little fed up, which is
That's a good word.
similar to frustrated, but it's slightly more tired as well. It's like tired and frustrated by a situation. It's normally by a long situation that makes you feel that. Okay. Yeah, and it's you're not normally fed up with a person. It's normally with a situation or something that you cannot control at all.
Yes, yes. One thing I've been trying to do is to avoid reading the news too much. I get
Hmm.
really tempted to like know like the numbers and what's going on, and then I'm like, oh gosh, I need to slow
I
down with the
know.
news.
Yes, yes. I am in general not too on edge, but I feel more so when I read the news. Yeah. Okay, so I think we are out of time now, but if you do have
Yes.
any final questions, just quickly let us know. Marianna, I'm happy because my family are healthy. Great, perfect. That's wonderful. Okay, so maybe as one way to continue with your English in this period, you can think to yourself at different times how you are feeling. Think about what adjective is appropriate for different days. So obviously feelings change very quickly sometimes. Okay, but I think we are finished for today. So have a lovely weekend, guys.
Yeah. Have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
For joining us. Bye.